Okay, so it's after Valentine's Day, and I really need to start reading this. I might be going to LA next week, so I don't know when we're gonna review it or when it's up, but I'll see if we can at least put the vlog together, but our main review might be coming late. I picked this book because I am the romance one of the group, and that was the prompt that I chose for myself to pick from. I don't know why I'm explaining this here because I will be doing that in the main review, but I didn't realize this book was first person. I don't remember the last time I read a romance book that was first person, so I'm a bit nervous. I don't know why, but it's not the vibes I was expecting. Also, my copy already has some water damage because I put a tea bag on it. So, we'll just... Those are my first impressions of this book. Yeah. Let's see how it goes.
Hello, fellow book buddies. It is I, Kaycie, checking in before I start reading this month's read, which is Paybacks, a Witch by Lana Harper. Sadly, it is well into the month of February and I have not started this book yet. I'm going to blame the fact that there are too many good books out there to read, and also I'm going to blame work because that feels like a valid excuse. But anyway, I'm quite excited to start this read for the month because I am not a huge romance reader. And so I've kind of been dipping my toes in, mostly from recommendations that Claire has given me. And I've loved the ones that she's picked out before. So she was the one who had the prompt for this month. Obviously, you know, February, Valentine's Day. It's kind of fun to do a romance. So we'll see how this goes. I'm very intrigued by you know, the back cover kind of grabbed my attention. Seems very kind of like witchy and Halloweeny, which is fun because, you know, it's February, there's not much going on. It's kind of fun to go back into fall. I love fall. It's like one of my favorite seasons. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this turns out. And yeah, hopefully you'll be seeing much more of me this time around. I'm gonna actually try to film videos, so we'll see if that pans out or not. But yeah, first check-in. I have checked in. So I feel like, out of the interest of complete honesty, I have to be real and say that I am not finishing this book in February like I should be, but I am trying to finish it in early March. But I'm finding it quite difficult to get through just because it's not my most favorite. So I'm going to boil some tea and I am going to pull out some warm blankets. I'm going to eat some pasta, and then I'm going to finish this book. And this is just kind of like a self-motivation tool to get me started, because I need to finish this book. Alright, here's the tea. I'm going to see if I can do this one-handed, which will most likely end in disaster. But, this is a chocolate macaroon tea. It's a David's tea. Ooh, look at that fog. Wow. Knock that off. Which just felt extra and appropriate for this book. Oh no, the tag fell in. So sad. Honestly, fits the mood. It's fine. Hopefully it still tastes good. Okay, hello, it's me checking in. We're trying to do more videos this time around, so we'll see if I'm actually successful. But I'm on page 39, and Emmy is talking to Talia in the bar, and she's kind of telling her, you know, the reason why she left town. and has never come back. And I just find it really interesting because, you know, like reading the back of the book and kind of getting into the start of this, it really has this tone of like something horrifying happened and like made her leave this town, and it was awful and it ruined her life, because like the life she's describing sounds pretty great, so you're thinking like it's got to be something pretty bad to make her walk away and like never look back. And like it is pretty horrible, but like basically this guy Gareth, they were in like a summer romance, and he broke up with her because, you know, she wasn't like powerful enough. Like the witch family that she's a part of wasn't good enough for him, basically. Which, like, ouch, you know, that is nasty and not fun, and I sympathize with her. But also, like, you had a really great fucking life. Like, you had magic, you had a bookshop, you had a great family, it sounds like. And, like, she just left that because some guy, some asshole was like, you're not good enough for me. I don't know, it just seems so sad to me. And I was, like, expecting something, I guess, a little bit darker than how she's portraying it. So I don't know if that's going to change. Maybe we'll learn more about why she left. It also seems like maybe she never really felt like she could, you know, be something in this town because her family's not powerful enough, so maybe that will play into it more. But I just thought it was kind of sad. I was like, oh my goodness, you betrayed like your whole family and like a big part of who you were just because some guy, you know, broke up with you, which I guess, I don't know, it seems sad to me. So I guess we'll find out if there's more to this story or not. Okay, so I am currently reading the part where Talia, Lyndon, I think her name's Lyndon, yes, Lyndon and Emmy are talking about Garrett. I should say shit-talking, as that's more accurate. And there's a line that said, "That entitled dickhead has sailed through his whole life with a silver spoon in his mouth, getting exactly what he wanted at every turn, including the three of us." Which, okay, fair enough, good criticism. However, if we go back to page 29, there's this whole paragraph about how Talia, like, always dated tons of girls and she kind of just went through them, and as soon as she lost interest, she moved on to the other one. And, like, we've learned, you know, that she was beautiful, that she was powerful, that everyone loved her. You know, her family's rich also. They also have a huge mansion. So, like, also silver spoon fed, I would say. And I just find it ironic that they're like, I mean, I get why they're angry at Gareth, like it makes perfect sense, but I just find it funny that it just comes across as a little bit hypocritical, because like everyone here, it seems like they're pretty silver spoon fed, and I just don't understand why it's okay for Talia to be a bit of a dick, but it's not okay for Gareth. I don't know, just kind of interesting. Just a thought as I'm reading. Thought I would share. Alright. Talk to you in a bit. Okay, this is me checking in again. I have to stop saying check in. I don't know why, but it's probably just going to be a theme. We're just going to have to run with it. But anyway, I am just finishing up the first challenge, the chapter about the first challenge. I think it's chapter 10, Upon My Mark. And I'd have to say, you know, I love fantasy. I love me a little bit of magic, you know, I love me some challenges. It's all very fun. I'm a little bit disappointed. I feel like this whole chapter focused way more on like the fight with the grandma. I forget what her name is. It starts with an I. Igraine. I feel like the chapter focused more on like Emmy's takedown of this old lady than it did on the actual challenge. And like, you know, I wanted a bit more pizzazz. I wanted, you know, some fun magic. And like there was a little bit, but you know, I was kind of hoping there'd be a bit more. Anyway, maintaining positivity here. We're gonna see how this keeps going. I feel like I'm gonna have a lot to discuss about this book, so that's gonna be fun. But yeah, I just wanted to say, you know, I was hoping for a little bit more magic in this magical tale. We'll see. Maybe the next challenges will be more intense. I'm kind of hoping. I guess we'll find out. hello again. You guys are getting a second video from me today, which, wow, look at me go. No, so I just finished the chapter about the ghosts who live in trees. It's kind of after the party, after the first challenge. Talia and Emmy go into like these creepy woods together, and Talia's like, it's okay, like, I know these woods, they're amazing, let me show you how amazing they are. So they went on this romp, and Talia showed her, you know, the kind of fun, creepy ghosts in the forest, I guess you could say. I liked this part quite a bit. This is probably one of my favorite chapters so far. I love the idea that ghosts live in trees, because like trees are just magical and kind of creepy sometimes. So I liked that this was introduced. I liked the idea a lot, and you know, it was kind of fun seeing their romance heat up a little bit between Talia and Emmy. So yeah, so far chapter 13 is my favorite chapter, which is kind of funny actually. My birthday's on the 13th, so there you go. Maybe it was just meant to be. Yeah, anyway, there you go.
Okay, hello. I went to LA with the sole purpose of reading this book in the sun. No other reason, it was just to read this book. And now I'm back, but I forgot to film, so I have all these little pages marked, because I also forgot my sticky notes, where I'm gonna be just saying what I think my thoughts were, because it's been a few weeks. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks, so it's okay, we'll figure it out. Okay, so my first vlog comment is something about her family's involvement with making the town, and her is Emmy Harlow. And I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry, wow, dog hair. So Emmy's family is from the town of Thistle Grove, I think. And it was like made from 4 witchy families, and hers, they just like took notes and wrote rules while everyone else was off being better witches than her family. So like, we have the I'm not like other witches girl, because her family's not as rich. Oh my god, my feet are asleep. Okay, her family's not as rich as other ones or whatever, and they like own a bookstore. I think that's what that was for. Okay, my next vlog comment is Emmy's job. She works at like a witch store in Chicago for like fake witches, and I don't remember why I wanted to comment on this. Someone says, you're a wannabe witch enabler. Is that about right? And she's like, more or less. Can't throw a rock without hitting an Instagram witch these days. And it just made me think about like TikTok witches who are all like, I'm besties with Loki. He likes chicken nuggets. You know, like those people. Yeah, I don't remember. I did not give myself enough details with any of these, did I? Huh. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so in the book, Emmy and her friend and this other girl that they weren't really friends with, but she was like the town hottie, are trying to get revenge on this guy that they all fucked because he like screwed them over, even though he was like the town bad boy who like slept around and broke hearts left and right. They all thought they would be different. So she's talking about one of the girls, Talia, and she's like, it made me wonder if like her family had really made a crossroad deal with the devil to keep them all looking hot or whatever. I'm paraphrasing. And I just thought that was stupid. Also, her best friend, what is her best friend's name? I don't remember. Lyndon. Okay, so Emmy left town because this man, Gareth, first off, really, you let a man named Gareth ruin your life? But she left town because, like, their breakup was so bad for her that she has not been back in 9 years. Okay? This man, she let him affect her life so bad that she left everything to go to Chicago and get student loans instead of being a witch because of a man. And her friend thought, you know what? It's been a few years. Maybe I should date him now. And I just thought that was stupid. Because why are you doing that? You know his history. If anything, you know it better because you've been here with him longer. So, I don't know. The fact that she was all like, he broke my heart. Like, yeah, bitch, what did you expect? Where are your brain cells? They're not there. You're a witch. Make some. On page 84, for reasons I don't remember, I said this should have been a young adult novel. So you will learn more about that in our bigger review coming later this week. Okay, so every 50 years, the witches of the town, minus Emmy's family because they suck, have like a witchy tournament, kind of like maybe the Triwizard tournaments. I don't know. I was shocked there were no Harry Potter references in this book. I should say that, okay? I've said it. Anyways, so the first challenge is the 3 witches who compete have to race to get to a thing, and then 2 of them team up to like take out Gareth because his family always wins, and they're like, it's time to stop. And then his grandma like comes and yells at Emmy, who's like running it. She announces the rules through possession of a book, I guess. It's been a few weeks since I read this. Please be nice to me. And then the grandma, like, just the way she yells at her, it's like, this is a cartoon villain. This is a cartoon. The cover says a sexy, funny, charming romp of a novel. This should have been young adult. It should have been middle grade. Just the way the grandma reacts. Anyways, then on the next, because I noted it, the grandma yelling about it just felt like a third act scene. Like, just the third act. That's what it should have been, but it wasn't. So, yeah. This book suffers from Insta Love. Emmy's been gone for 9 years, and Talia's already like, let's kiss. Or she's like, let's kiss. One of them is, or both are like, let's kiss. Look, Insta Love can be done right. I fucking loved The Tourist Attraction. I loved It Happened One Summer. Those both had very short timelines. But that's just because the characters had actual chemistry. To me, at least. These characters they didn't have chemistry. There was nothing tying them together besides their mutual hatred for this man who they hate because he broke their heart, even though that's what he's known for, and they willingly dated him. Not to sound like I'm victim blaming, I do need to point that out. I'm not trying to victim blame here, but like, there does come a point where you have to step back and go, maybe I am a small part of the problem, because these girls are a small part of the problem. When Emmy and Talia kiss, I felt nothing. I did not care. It just felt... the romance felt forced. Because it wasn't developed properly. It was too insta-lovey. It should have just been, like, a book about a bunch of friends getting revenge on a guy who fucked them over. Instead, it's like, we got some queer witches who are making their whole lives revolve around a man. Okay, so here's the thing. Emmy is talking to her friend Lyndon about her and Talia. And Lyndon is like, well, are you sure you want to do romance if you're just gonna leave and she's staying here? And Emmy was like, well, we're two consenting adults. Like, we can do what we want. Yeah, and you were two consenting adults, at least the other girls, because Emmy and Gareth were teenagers when they dated. But y'all were, like, consenting to the relationship with the dude that you knew would fuck you over, and the whole point of this is, like, we know this relationship is gonna end in a third act breakup because they both want different things. There was just a disconnect with that. Maybe that's just me, but it was a disconnect. Lyndon is a shitty friend because we have this part where she talks about how Emmy leaving affected her and how it, like, she's tried so hard to keep us together as friends, and I didn't think you were ever coming back. That's why the thing with Gareth even stood a chance. I'd never looked at him twice otherwise, but I thought you were over Thistle Grove for good. Done with this place. Done with me. And that blows Emmy. It truly fucking blows on top of everything else to feel like my best friend in the world had disappeared on me. That doesn't mean you have to fuck the guy that is, like, known for fucking people over. Think! You didn't have to fuck him because your best friend was drifting away from you. You had to, like, text your best friend a little more or just cut her out. You don't go after the dude. Especially after he's the reason your friend is drifting away from you. It made no sense. Emmy gives us, like, a tour of her tattoos, and she's like, I had to get, like, proof that this town was out of my system, out of me for good, so I got a tattoo to represent it. Because of a man. Do you get the young adult vibes yet? Like, these are 30-year-olds. Also, we're supposed to hate on Gareth and his family for, like, capitalizing off the town and how it, like, has a history of witches and magic and shit. Why are we mad at them about that? They were smart. They're, like, billionaires or whatever the fuck. Because they were smart. Y'all are just bitter because you're poor, because you weren't like, you know what? In this ever-changing world, how are we gonna stay on top of things and, like, live a comfortable life? They'll also open a bookstore in a tourist town people only really come to in October. That's smart. The Blackmores, Gareth's family, has, like, a fucking medieval time castle. Yeah, I'd visit them over the bookstore. And that's coming from me. I run 2 booktube accounts. Ma'am! Okay, and then some stuff happens, and Emmy has to compete in the 3rd challenge, and blah blah blah. I will save the rest for the main review with Kaycie, which will come out soon, and if it's already out, then it's already out. I did not enjoy this book as much as I hoped. I was very excited for it. It disappointed me. It killed my pen. I had to use 2 different pens, like, colors. It was horrible. My feet are so asleep. Anyways, join us at the end of March, beginning of next month, which we are fastly approaching, for the review and vlog of Laura Lamont's Life and Pictures, which I know I like, so that's good. Anyways, for now, good day.
So we are on page 215, and Emmy has finally come to the realization that I think most readers from page 1 have realized, and that is that she loves Thistle Grove, and that it's just amazing, and she should never have left in the first place. And I don't even think she's all the way at that realization yet, but she's talking to her Nana, and she's talking about how fantastic and beautiful Thistle Grove is, and she just finally realizes that maybe she misses it, and maybe it was not a, like, perfect solution, just leaving it forever and never looking back. And I will say, I do like her Nana, because she is being pretty fairly blunt with her, compared to the other people in the book who, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like everyone is being very, like, forgiving, which is very nice, but, like, everyone's like, oh, it's okay, like, we understand. that you left and never looked back and barely talked to us. And I just feel like it's kind of sucky. It's kind of shitty. Like, she's been a pretty shitty person to a lot of the people she loves. So it's kind of refreshing to see her Nana as being a little bit more like, yeah, maybe you messed up. Maybe you should reconsider. And I'm like, yes, thank you, Nana, for saying what we were all thinking. Okay, so Talia might be joining the ranks of people who are telling Emmy things that she should have realized already during the, as Claire would say, third act breakup scene. Basically just telling Emmy, like, hey, look, maybe you should think about the fact that you actually love it here and you're dying to stay and you refuse to acknowledge that because of some asshole who broke your heart 10 years ago. Like, maybe you should think about that and you should start thinking for yourself. And as harsh as it sounds, I tend to agree, and I'm glad that someone else is telling her. Maybe it will actually stick this time. I guess we'll find out. Yay! Lyndon is now joining the ranks as well. I actually quite like this line. They're talking, and Emmy says, you know, it was never really the town itself that I hated. It was just like living in a suffocating little box, basically, where she couldn't be powerful, you know. And Lyndon says, so you think it's worth it now that you live in a bigger Chicago-shaped box? You know, has it been worth giving up everything and all the people that you love? Is that worth, like, giving up part of who you are? So, yay for Lyndon. Yay for everybody who's telling Emmy, stay, you clearly want to. Alright, so I have now finished the book, and sorry, I feel like I didn't give as many updates at the second half as the first half, but honestly I was just kind of getting through it, trying to get to the end. It wasn't, like, the writing is good, I honestly did not relate with the main character much at all, and I was kind of annoyed by her, and I really wanted people in her life to kind of like call her out a little bit sooner than they did, maybe. So that's I think what made me struggle through the book. And then also I had high expectations for like the magicalness of the place, like when we first picked up the book, and it was like it was good, it was fine, it was just I was hoping for a little bit more, you know, fun, edgier magic stuff, which, to be fair, at the end they did kind of delve into that a little bit more, so I have to give them credit for that. But yes, we are done Paybacks a Witch, and I'm excited to talk about it with Claire and hear her thoughts. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting review. I look forward to it. I guess I'll see you guys then.